Man, y'all know the face, y'all know the name. Y'all tuned into the world's realest podcast, Talk Ain't Cheap podcast, hosted by yours truly, Mr. It's a Movie Please Real Talk. And I got a special guest here with me. He's no stranger to the podcast. He's a friend of mine. Started way back when we was on In the Booth. If you know, you know. Special guest, please introduce yourself.
What's going on, y'all? It's John Polanco, man. Appreciate you having me.
Polanco Pinky Ring.
Polanco Pinky Ring. Pull up with a pretty thing.
What's going on with you, bro? How's life?
I'm well, man. I'm well. I'm glad we got a chance to reconnect. Like you said, it was a minute ago, bro. From the booth. What's that, like probably 10 years now or some shit?
Yeah, I think it's about 10 years old now.
So yeah, man. Life is well, man. You know, a lot of growth since that point. A lot of new updates. Yeah.
So what's been going on? Update us on what's been going on.
Man, I think I just dropped the ACTIVELLI project in December. We got 2 visuals out for that. I jumped into advertising now. I'm working as a copywriter, which makes sense because, you know, a lot of, I'm working with words, creative writing basically. So, you know, it just makes sense. And then if you think of like artists, a lot of people become creative directors for brands, like, you know, a Lil Yachty for Nautica or, you know, A$AP Rocky for F1. And, you know, just going along that path to then become a creative director. And yeah, just aligning the music and the advertising stuff and just grinding, bro.
I feel like with this album, ACTIVELLI, you were really intentional about branding yourself in this album. Yeah. You talk about Polanco Pinky Ring. You talking about she's working Polanco. Like that was like something that was a common theme throughout the whole album. Just you kept branding Polanco.
Yeah, nah, most definitely. You know, like. I started in the pandemic. I started making sweatsuits just in the crib using a Cricut machine and a heat press machine, and they were Polanco sweatsuits, you know. So since then, I've realized the power of branding, and that's why I'm always like saying it and also just representing my own brand by wearing it and having other people wear it. So yeah, you're absolutely right. And then the Polanco Pinky Ring, I left my shit in the crib, but you know, just having a nice piece of, you know, something to show, I guess. Just a nice little trophy. And yeah, just branding is damn near everything, bro. So that's where we at with it now that I'm like learning this shit more.
I love that for you. So what's been going on? I haven't seen you since UB. So what has life been like since UB?
Bro, life been life, and bro, you know, I graduated from UB in 2018. And then like since then, you know, doing the music thing full time, coming back to the city, like trying to figure out a way to like, you know, break out of the rat race, so to speak. I was working in a bunch of restaurants. I helped open like Dumbo House. And then, you know, I was kind of just doing my thing with the merch. I was setting up some shows. We sold out a couple shows downtown Manhattan, New York City. And then, then I decided to jump into the ad world by doing this program called the One School. And once I did that program, like everything kind of like has been changing for me, and it's been like launch pad after launch pad to where, you know, I've been able to like write for different brands and then grow within this, which has then put some money in my pocket to be able to do the music thing the way I want to and like, you know, present ACTIVELLI the way I wanted to. So it's just been a lot of, you know, trial and error and not a linear path, but since graduating school, it's just been, you know, a lot of grind and figuring things out.
I feel that. I think with everybody from college, life has been life because our parents told us to go to college, get this degree, and it's gonna open up doors. And then you realize like that bachelor's ain't hold that much weight as much as it used to. So now you gotta figure out how to make it make sense because if you don't, you're gonna be broke.
Word. You know, it's funny. I have a psychology degree, and I never used that shit until like very recently. Like. Now I tie that into, you know, being a writer and saying, like, I understand human behavior, so it makes sense to why I studied that. But I ain't know why the fuck I was studying that shit. I ain't think to use it. And it's crazy, bro. You could just go to a job and say you got a degree. Niggas have never checked my shit ever, bro. You could just be like, yeah, I got a biomedical engineering degree, and you be valid.
Yeah, and they'll teach you everything on the job.
Right. So, yeah, nah, it's a finesse, man. I think people waking up to that, though, now, like, you don't have to go to school. You learn a trade or, you know, figure it out.
If you could do it over, would you do it differently?
You know, nah, bro, because I was able to get away from my neighborhood and just go see a different world and meet a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't do it differently, no.
Nah, I feel that on one of your songs, "Winning," you said that you changed up your circle and started winning.
Yeah.
How true is that, and what did you have to do to change up your circle?
That's real, man. You know, like I guess you just realize over time who really rocking with you and who's not. And I feel like once I start trimming the fat and stop fucking with certain things and certain people, my life has elevated. So, yeah, you know, like started winning ever since. You know, cut my circle down, started winning ever since. Yeah, that shit is real.
I feel that. How do you go about finding new people to be around? Because you know networking is different when you graduate college, and trying to meet new people is not as simple as it once was. So how do you go about finding new people to hang out with and connecting with?
Bro, it's that's such a real statement, bro. That is not the same. Like back then, it's just, hey, what's up? Let's kick it. Now it's like, I don't trust people. You know, after a lot of experience and shit. So it take a lot for me to like, you know, let somebody into my shit and even want to fuck with other people. So I think it just has to be mutually beneficial at this point. You know, usually starts on like a business tip, like, oh, you got this going on, I got this, let's connect it, and then it kind of forms like a relationship that way. Yeah.
I feel that completely. So let's talk Polanco. Let's talk about the brand.
Mm-hmm.
What about the brand is so special to you outside of it being obviously your last name?
Yeah, you know, like the name had a lot of things attached to it, not necessarily positive things. So like now I feel like I'm changing it. I'm like, you know, Polanco is looked at as, and it's being looked at as something like dope, positive, inspirational. You know, whereas in the past, you know, it may have not been looked that way. Not necessarily because of me, but, you know, just the name in general from shit that didn't happen. In the, like, you know, like family shit, you know. So I feel like I'm changing it. And it's, one other thing I'll say is, like, people have always told me, like, yo, your name sound like something, you know. So I kind of just run with that. And I say this too. We be fucking with all the brands, you know, that's everybody's name. It's like a Gucci or all these brands is somebody's name. So it's like, why the fuck would I not put my brand with my name, you know?
Definitely. So when it comes to branding, what is something that you've learned that's been like essential to putting out your brand and making sure that your brand stands out?
Having like the right people that understand what they're doing. With the ACTIVELLI process, you know, we had Jay Thompson, shout out to him, creative director, and he knew like exactly where he wanted to go with it after we spoke, and you know, he did his thing. And then also just Austin Bowman producing and putting everything together, Tim Westover with the visuals. I think it's just about having the right people around you to help you produce what you need to produce.
And how do you find these type of people?
I've found them working in advertising, so that's why it's been such a big blessing jumping into that. That's why I won't shut up about it, because it's like nobody in that world is a rapper pretty much, whereas everybody in rap is an artist. It's like it's hard. Everybody kind of stepping on each other. Whereas I jump into this world and I tell them, yo, I'm an artist, I'm a writer, and everyone does something else around it. So it's like, oh yeah, let's work on this. Let's do a video, and like, you know, it's been a lot of that. So it's just been like a blessing in disguise.
It's all right, most definitely. So let's talk advertising.
Mm-hmm.
What is it like being black in advertising?
That's a great question, my boy. Yo, it's difficult, man. It's difficult, you know. It's like an uncomfortable at times, I would say. You have to, like, you know, really stand on what you stand on, and like, there's a lot of stuff that isn't accepted that I guess we come with. But it's not the easiest thing, but they need us, so it's like, you know, it is what it is, kind of a thing.
Why do you feel they need us in the space?
Because like we witty, bro. We the culture, you know. We know what's going on. We know it's hot. We move shit. You feel me? So they don't know exactly what's going on. Like by the time they get it, it's like it's mad late. Whereas we get things from an early point, whether that's music, fashion. Like we get it early, you know. Like just being attached to the street level of things and seeing it and just knowing it in the community. So they need that, and they sell us shit all day. You know what I'm saying? So why not have us in the room, making some of the decisions based on like what they selling us, and like even the imagery. You know, you done seen shit happen with Gucci again. I'll say, like with the blackface and all this. It happens all the time. So to prevent that type of shit, we need to be in those rooms.
I agree completely. I think it's our perspective, especially in our experience when it comes to branding and comes to just product, because we are a group of people that have traditionally spent a lot of money on other people's shit. So we understand like our consumer behavior more than other people who may think they have a good idea of what our consumer behavior really is like. So I think on that capacity, I think that's also a reason why we need to be in these rooms and also be in the spaces where we're also making decisions on what's hot and what's not, because we are, like you said, the culture.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. And they're starting to wake up and realize that. So, you know, that's a good thing. But there's still a long ways to go, you know, for us to be like fully respected in this space, I think.
So what are you doing to differentiate yourself in the space?
I feel like I'm creating another avenue for folks, like a lot of hip hop artists and rappers specifically, you know, representation be damn near everything. So if you know, like, you know, you want to be this rapper, you're a young dude coming up, you see rappers like getting money and you see them doing their thing and, you know, doing all type of brand collabs and shit. I feel like, damn, I kind of lost my train of thought. I'm not even going to hold you. But
You feel like you're also someone who could be able to communicate that to the culture.
yeah, exactly. So like, you know, just the representation, like showing dudes and people that you can create your own lane, and as a creative writer, rapper, you can also write for these brands, you know, and help them sell stuff and make some money, some real money along the way.
When it comes to, when you say real money, what is real money to you? Because I feel like people have different, you know, perspectives on how much is a lot of money. Like, what is real money to you?
Well, I mean, I say like from a job perspective, like, you know, you getting 120,000, 150,000 a year. I think that's, you know, that's something substantial you could like do things with. You know, it's not the end all be all, but it'll allow you to put money into other things, you know. So I think, you know, if you're able to make anything above 70,000 a year using your mind and not like physical labor, you know, I think that's worth it, I would say.
Definitely. I agree. I think nowadays more than ever, if you can find a way to get paid doing the things that you love to do, being yourself and not having to compromise yourself, that you won. Because right now, like a lot of people, I'll say, have to conform to their job or have to conform to their position just to make ends meet. And I've never wanted to be in a position where I had to be like somebody I'm not just to get paid. I feel like that must suck.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I mean, we've all done it, you know what I'm saying, for one job or two or whatever the fuck, but, you know, it feels good being able to be myself in this and them respecting, oh, he's an artist, he's this person that has this experience, and that's what he's bringing to the table, and they, you know, they need that. So it's like, it feels good to be able to kind of show up to work and be myself. You can have a neck tattoo, whatever, you know what I'm saying, as long as you're delivering, you know, what you need to deliver.
Most definitely. So what's next for you in terms of the music? You just dropped an album. How do you feel about the reception of the album?
I feel like it was received really well, man. People are enjoying it. People are appreciating it, which I really appreciate. And we put out 2 visuals, right? I want to put out a piece of content or like a video to pretty much every song. So we got like 5 more left. And I haven't done a show. I haven't performed it, so that's coming up now that it's getting warmer. We're going to get something right, put that together in the city, put together a few shows. And then, you know, I'm working on, you know, I was telling you off air, just a new platform that we're getting ready to launch out as well for artists. So, you know, just putting everything together, man, and getting shit lit and gearing up for the next release, too. You know, I'll probably drop some singles as well and just, like, look to stay consistent, really.
Do you think people are still listening to projects, or you think singles is the wave?
Nah, I think these singles is definitely the wave. People's attention span is like clipped at this point, and I think, you know, if you have a name, you know, I think that's when people listen to an album. That's what I'll say. I mean, and some people still like albums, I would say, but I think, in my opinion, like the most successful artist right now is like doing Yo, I don't know. I think it's just it's really what works for you. Really, like everyone. There's people that go with the singles route and they doing their fucking thing, and then there's folks that's like dropping albums. Look at it, obviously on a level like Kanye. What you think though? I would love to know.
I think albums still hold merit. It just depends on how creative you are and kind of like you said, like the kind of artist you are. I feel like I would still put out an album versus a single, but I feel like if you have a fire single, that can take you a lot further than if you just have an album of okay to mid records that are just like on this sequence well. So I feel like it all depends on the artist, like you said. I think it depends on the kind of body of work you're trying to put out, and if it's also the right time to put it out. And when I say that, it's like maybe in the winter time you put out an album because people are in the crib, so they're listening to music more. Like going from like winter into like spring, that March area, I feel like those are really great times to put out albums because it's cold out, so people are indoors, so they're really listening to music more. What else would I say? I think it also depends on whether or not you have an audience and a fan base that's really receiving your music.
Yeah.
Because I think albums work. I don't think they like nowadays albums aren't really long. Albums are like most songs are like a minute 30 now. So you put a seven song album together, that's only like not even 10 minutes. That's not a long listen.
Word. ACTIVELLI 7 songs, and that's 17 minutes, yo. It's quick. It's like, you driving somewhere or you about to do a workout. That's like the intention behind it. But nah, I hear you, bro. I hear you. Do you think videos work?
Videos are essential. If you don't got videos, then you're losing. But you have to have the right visuals. And you have to also be able to market your visuals. You can't just have a video out, put on Instagram, and think that's all that you need to do with that song. Yeah. It's like, nah, you gotta have the visual. You have to promote the visual. You have to promote the song. You gotta also be doing interviews. Then on top of interviews, you gotta also put out merch. Then on top of merch, you got it's like a whole process for just one piece. Like you have to come up with like 29 different pieces of content for one piece of music.
Yeah. The artistry takes so much, bro. It takes a lot. You gotta really be down and dedicated. So for somebody to be consistent in this shit, yo, like commend them because that shit is hard, yo. That shit is hard.
And it's not like there's money in being an artist like that.
Right. Like you investing in yourself. I seen Dame Dash. I seen some video the other day. He was talking about like if you're a hustler, like you're always gonna be broke if you're always betting on yourself. Because you're always betting it all on yourself, It's kind of like an all money in mentality. Yeah. I don't know how healthy it is, but I do understand it.
I mean, it's just eventually you're going to make the money. It's just 9 out of 10 times you're always not going to have no money because you're the one putting up the money. You're the one that's leveraging the money. You're the one taking all the risk. And America's built on debt. So a lot of the niggas who's really getting a lot of money or seem to have a lot of money, they're not using their own money.
Yeah, shout out Dom Kennedy, man. He's got OPM is the name of his shit. It's other people's money. That's what it stands for.
That's how you gotta make. That's how people make it happen these days. They're not using their own money. Like the people using their own money, it's honorable, but it's not like it makes a huge difference in whether or not you're successful to the masses or not. Like the difference is the people using other people's money, they're leveraging other people's money. They still have their own money. They're taking all the risk with somebody else's money, and then they just paying it back on a small debt by debt basis. So it's like it's kind of smart to use other people's money to get further in life, because to save it all the way up to get to that point where you start doing it, it's gonna take forever. Yeah,
you gotta be resourceful, and I learned that relationships are worth more than money. You feel me? So just being connected to the right folks is like damn near everything.
Have you tried to sell your album yet?
Nah, I have not.
Like I would say, try that. I know a dude who sold his album, and I'm not gonna say his album was trash, because I think that's messed up to say. But it wasn't my cup of tea. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't great. Yeah. And he was able to sell it to 100 people at $10 a head.
Damn, that's not bad.
So
quick bang. Shit. Yeah, I mean, I've been considering different ways of doing it. Cause it's like, when's the last time you bought an album?
never.
Never.
Now I'm joking. Like probably like the early 2000s.
Bro, same. And then niggas was on LimeWire and shit. Pardon me, I don't know if y'all could curse.
Yeah.
But yeah, motherfuckers on LimeWire and all that, bro. Like we come from an era like the albums. I could tell you every album I actually like fucking had or bought or some shit. It's like 2 or 3 maybe. But yeah, motherfuckers come from a whole different era, bro.
I think it just depends on like catering to your core fan base. Like if you know who your fan base is, just super serve them. See if they gonna throw some bread your way, and then once you find out who these people are that's supporting you, keep serving them what they want. Keep making them what they want. Keep helping figure out how to support them and give them things that's value to them.
Yeah, it's. I usually look at it like trying to make money around the music, so that's why I go so hard with the merch. And like even the other day, I was gifted a poster with my lyrics on it for one of my songs, and I posted it, and people started hitting me up like, "Yo, can I get one?" And I'm like, "Oh shit," you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a whole nother avenue I could be tapping into and stuff, And then, it get deep, bro, because you could go lighters. You can go as a smoker, you could touch that realm, and then like, you see dudes like Master P who got fucking ketchup and cereal and bread and fucking water or whatever. He got every product.
Rap snacks.
Yeah, like, so shit like that. It's the goal.
I mean, who was I listening to that was talking about having products? I forgot who I was listening to that was talking about them having products as the way like to make things happen. But I would say that's what it is. Like if you're selling music, you're just selling products. So if you could sell music, you could be selling anything attached to music. So I think that's the approach that you got to make when it comes to marketing the music. Like if I have my hoodies too. My only problem is I haven't been marketing and selling them. But I know a lot of people want them. I get hit up about them all the time. It's just me having to fulfill the order.
It's fire, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's shit hard. And the hat's tough.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I need that.
I got you.
Word.
So for me, it's like I got to figure out my fulfillment. Because that's the annoying part. I don't feel like having to go to Mount Vernon to pick up my shit.
Bro, with my process, bro, I used to like not take, I never kept inventory, so I used to just, every order I'm getting, I'm then going downtown, picking up the blanks, coming back, making it, and then shipping it off. So it was mad work, but it was like also I'm trying to like save money, not like having mad XLs that didn't sell, and keeping an inventory in stock. So I feel that too, shit is a lot, it's a whole grind.
And that's another thing, you have to be able to be willing to grind. I don't know, like of lately I've been in a space where I've just been chilling and enjoying and chilling, like not doing nothing on the weekends, not going nowhere, not talking to nobody, not leaving my house unless I have to, not leaving my bed. But I realized that the only way you're gonna make it is by movement. You can't sit in the crib all day. You gotta always be doing something, or you're not gonna make it in this world.
Yeah, and then you gotta focus on recharging up too, because that burnout shit really do be real, bro. I was going crazy last year. I feel like the first month, January, I felt so burnt out, bro, just from like everything and just missing out on communication with folks. Like, just, you know what I'm saying? You're moving so fast, you literally can't keep up with shit. Like, so I dealt with a lot of that as well.
How'd you deal with it? How'd you get out of that space?
Well, I mean, just like trying to slow things down, like once I was able to put out the project and, like that's when I was able to kind of like slow down, because it's like I'm working a job, I'm doing the putting the whole thing together for the music. It's like everything that entails is a lot. So just, I guess really just, trying to stay prayed up and fucking playing basketball, trying to hit the sauna, steam room, all that type of shit, rejuvenating, that's how.
I love the sauna. I said in my first project, I make music for niggas who like to be in the sauna.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I am. That's how I rock. So I feel that completely. How has basketball been working for you? I started recently playing basketball too, but I'm ass. I'm so doodle now. Like, it's crazy.
That's how I get my workouts, bro. I hate like lifting weights. I remember playing football in high school and shit. They used to always try to make me lift. And, bro, I just never been that type of dude. Like, I don't enjoy that shit. So my way of working out is I go play ball and just cook niggas. And that's like my workout. For real, for real.
So I be cooking niggas. I feel that. So is there anything else you're working on with the next project? What's the next project gonna look like?
Oh man, the next project is gonna look just be ready. It's gonna look nicely branded. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get everything right. I don't really know. I can't really talk too much on that. I'm still like focused on this ACTIVELLI joint, but the follow-up is going to be bigger and better, bro, and we're going to turn up every time.
Favorite record on ACTIVELLI?
My favorite record on ACTIVELLI is I Know You Watching, and it's really that second verse on there.
What about that second verse is your favorite?
Just like, it's so real. It's so like, there's so many bars in there, bro, like, you know?
How the second verse go?
It's, I could tell that you fuck with my energy, but I could tell that I can't let you next to me. If I said it, it was intentionally. To get hit, took more steps than the centipede. Make a sacrifice, see the better me. Real as hell, shit feeling heavenly. I'm in Cali and I got the recipe. Dealing with what affected me mentally. Mostly people that God didn't send for me. Yeah, not every nigga my homie. And I can't let every bitch get with me. Yeah, no matter how much they own me. So fuck it, I'd rather be lonely. Yeah, top of New York, call me Tony. Yeah, can't be like them niggas corny. Here today, gone tomorrow, what a story. Yeah, I know you watching, you see the thong. Yeah, nigga in Paris feel like Yeezy and Hove. But nah, that shit is just too crazy, bro. It's like,
that's one of them ones.
Thank you, bro.
I feel that completely. I feel like coming back home, it's so different. Like when Buffalo, like, I felt like it was easier just to be what you needed to be, because you could just focus on doing things by yourself. But when you come back home, you got to worry about everybody and everything that come with it. So it's hard to be the man that you want to be, because you got to worry about everybody else in the process.
A lot of responsibility, word. Like, shit just turn up. That's the most, like, noticeable thing for me. Once I finished school, came back home from school, shit was turned all the way up. I'm like, damn, I got to catch up. That's another thing, too. I feel like I had to play catch-up. Just missing out time and just, like, you know, niggas was in class, shit, all day, you know. Yeah.
Most definitely. All right, well, I don't have any other questions.
Yo, it was a pleasure, bro. I appreciate you having me, son. It's crazy, bro. We gotta see how long it's actually been since we dropped that last episode.
I think it's 10 years with you and Flying Lotus.
Yeah,
Flying Nimbus.
Yeah, my son. I don't even think he doing music no more, bro.
And he was dope.
Yeah, he had some shit, bro.
He was dope. Jeff. He actually did Right Now. There's a song that I did. It was like me, Robin, Nabu, Dele, Mars. It was a bunch of us, and he produced it. Mars is nice.
Shout out to him, bro.
He disappeared off the face of the earth.
I was just about to say, I haven't seen nothing.
He don't make no music no more. He don't do none of that. He just disappeared off the face of the earth. Damn. I've been trying to find this man for at least 2.5, 3 years. Close to 5 years. That man is in Mars. Facts.
For real. Yeah, bro, drop something, man. We'll support that, man.
Yeah, very dope, very dope. Well, if people want to follow you, connect with you, where can they go to do so?
John Polanco _ on all platforms. So that's JOHNPOLANCO _ John Polanco.
John Polanco.
Go.
Most definitely. All right, y'all tuned in to Talk Ain't Cheap, and y'all know the slogan is not that deep. It's a vibe.